The Gospel according to John, chapter 21. Passage 1. Jesus appears at the Sea of Tiberias. Afterward, Jesus appeared again by the Sea of Tiberias. And he appeared in this way: Simon Peter, Thomas called Didymus, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 of his other disciples were together. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They said to him, "We are going with you." So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. At dawn, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize it was Jesus. Jesus said to them, "Children, do you have any food?" They answered him, "No." He said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." So they cast it, and they were not able to haul it in because of the large number of fish. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment and jumped into the sea. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish. When they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals there with fish on it, and some bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153, but even with so many the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come, have breakfast." None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" because they knew it was the Lord. Jesus came, took the bread, and gave it to them, as well as the fish. These words invite us to reflect. This scene by the Sea of Tiberias shows how much Jesus cares for his disciples, even after his resurrection. The disciples, despite meetings with the risen one, return to their former activities. Perhaps they do not fully understand what they are to do now. Perhaps they seek comfort in what was known to them. Peter says, "I am going fishing," and the others join him. However, that night proves fruitless. They work all night, yet catch nothing. This is a symbolic image showing that without Jesus, their efforts bear no fruit. In the morning, Jesus appears on the shore, but the disciples do not recognize him. His question, "Do you have any food?" is not only a request for sustenance but a deeper question. Have your efforts without me borne fruit? Jesus once again instructs them to cast their net, as he did at the beginning of their calling. Suddenly, their nets fill with fish. John is the first to recognize Jesus and tells Peter, "It is the Lord." Peter, not waiting, jumps into the water to reach Jesus as quickly as possible. This shows his great longing and love, despite having denied the Master earlier. On the shore, there is a fire with fish and bread waiting for them. Jesus invites them to a shared meal, just like before. He does not remind them of their mistakes, nor accuse them of lacking faith, but shows love and care. "Bring some of the fish you have caught now." Jesus not only gives them a miraculous catch but allows them to contribute their efforts. This encounter is a reminder that Jesus always awaits us, even when we return to our old ways, when it seems there is no sense to anything. He is the one who makes our efforts fruitful. He calls us to the table to experience his presence and love. Can we recognize Jesus in our daily lives? Do we know that without him our efforts are empty, but with him they can yield great fruit? Jesus not only calls us but cares for us and desires us to partake in his work. Just as at the lake then, so today he says to us, "Come, have breakfast." If you find joy in our conversations, Feel free to share them with your friends.